Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I hope y'all been doing good. Hope you've been taking care of yourself. Gazer, back with another video. Today, we got Nick Crowley, Smart Schoolboy number 9, an internet rabbit hole. I didn't see this, but I see people react to it last year, but I was like, probably go watch it. But since we already started with Mr. Nick Crowley, I figure I'll wrap back around this bit, okay? Hope y'all doing good. Hope y'all doing all right. We're gonna get it started.
Creepy accounts pretending to be kids. I came across a reel randomly, and it's led me down this weird rabbit hole of people using AI or dressing up pretending to go to school. They all seem to have high heels, check images in them. Is this an age play thing or something more sinister? Literally anything helps as I keep trying to look for answers. This post was made to the subreddit r/Instagram by the user numerouscut792 on April 15th, 2024. It featured screenshots of 3 bizarre-looking Instagram pages they had encountered earlier that day, with OP expressing concern that something truly disturbing was happening with these users.
Low-key, we might have to blow up IG. IG moderation is just like, it's insane. Like, I feel like there's literally no moderation for Instagram. And you would think it's one of the biggest apps. Like, you can get banned for anything. Anything could be, it's like no hold bars. I heard like people be posting gore. Fortunately, I ain't never seen no gore on the reels. But like, they be typing all type of stuff in the comments. The reels be insanely out of pocket. There's no type of support system instead of the freaking bots. Like, IG gotta go. That's one of the first ones. Seriously, that gotta go.
And those in the thread agreed. What the actual fuck? Found all of them and blocked them all. Truthsticks11 is seriously creepy to me. I've been trying to find more about them but can hardly find anything. Very weird account to say the least. The 3 accounts apparently belong to 3 different children. However, when combing through their posts, the content seems to imply something much more bizarre was afoot. Something truly disturbing. This post would be the start of a story that would eventually be picked up and shared all across the online world, becoming one of the more notorious internet mysteries in recent memory, as these accounts revealed an unending rabbit hole that is still being traversed to this very day, in an ongoing investigation into one of the most depraved oddities ever found on Instagram. This is the emerging story of Smartschoolboy9.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Smart Schoolboy 9. I feel like the face, like the face for the thumbnail, this guy right here, I feel like I seen his face before, but I ain't know the lore.
Beautiful boy, an account looked after by me, a degree-educated mother choosing to stay anonymous. This was the bio of the first account pictured in the Reddit post, an account named Truthsticks11, which was said to be operated by a 12-year-old boy and his mother.
Like, you know, I might have to call a cap on that. I feel like any regular, sensible, normal mom ain't gonna let their son have this as their profile pic and have this weird little type of vibe on his IG.
Back in October of 2021, the duo would make their very first post, kicking things off on a somewhat concerning note, though not for their own page, but instead another account on the platform.
So, that's the account run by a man pretending to be a boy.
The video was created and posted by the mother for the sole purpose of warning others of a specific user who had been posing as a child online when in actuality he was a grown man who did this in order to get close to and exploit other children across the platform. It's the grim reality of this online world, as predators will do just about anything to get closer to children, and it's a reality often unrealized or even ignored by parents, which makes it almost refreshing that this mother was out here trying to raise awareness. These posts would become the crux of the account early on. They would call out this user and their many accounts again and again, eventually going more in depth about what this person would actually do, claiming...
Also, too, I don't think you should be under a certain age with social media, honestly. Like, low-key, if you under 15, I don't feel like you should have a social media, especially no IG. Especially not. And I think it's weird. I don't know, it's kind of like, I don't know. So, like, moms having a or just like parents having a Instagram dedicated to their child, I don't feel like that's really the best idea personally. But like at the same time, that's their kid. But with just so many weirdos online, especially if it's like newborns and they just like they 1, 2, 3, or they have like my account is managed by my mommy. I don't think that's a good idea personally.
That they had a strange perversion to dressing up as a young school.
Especially on Instagram. That's where most of the weirdest niggas is at. The most out-of-pocket comment section I done seen on all the major social medias is IG. And I don't think half of them don't be playing. They be dead serious.
Oh boy. Does he wish he were a young boy in a school classroom, looking nice and being successful at school? Yes. This theme of calling out online predators would remain consistent throughout the years on Truthsticks11. However, after some time, the mother behind the account began to use the page for its initially intended purpose, to share photos of her son. The photos began reasonably normal, and would show this young boy studying at school, accepting awards from their principal, and even school presentations in which their son had attended, with the captions often boasting about how intelligent the young boy was. Though over time, the photos began to grow stranger. They looked off, almost as if they were AI generated. And on top of this, they began to appear heavily edited in an almost inexplicable manner, with deep red lipstick often being added, which was enunciated by his face being turned pure white. This unsettling trend would continue from here, as with each passing post, the photos grew less authentic and more surreal.
Yeah, like, I feel like no normal, not even just a mom, just a normal person with a functioning brain would be posting something like this. You know what I'm saying? A regular person wouldn't be doing that like this. So something got to be up.
Until they became
Especially
straight up disturbed, even sickening. These bizarre edits spilled over past just the images too, as the posts began to appear as disjointed collages, often showcasing multiple grotesque images and paragraphs about how much this user loved school. And this wasn't the only shift either. At some point, the son behind the account began posting content that allegedly came directly from him, saying things like, "My really cool mom asked me if I'd like to post, and I said, yes please." He even shared supposed videos that he had filmed of himself, which were equally as unconvincing as his photos, and somehow even more chilling.
This is what I'm talking about. Like, you're under a certain age, you shouldn't be posting that. If I was this kid's dad, and I seen this, I had a son, and he was doing some stuff like this, IG getting took, taking the IG down. No socials. You're done. Plus, like, we look like 11, 12. The frick you need an Instagram for? You know what I'm saying? Like, I get, like, you want to, like, take pictures to look back on and stuff like that, which you can, for me, you know, you can do that. Just won't put it up online or make like a dedicated page, maybe like a little one-off type joint. But nah, I'll put it in my little photo book. Especially when people can AI and like deep fake.
The boy even shows off his singing in one of the clips.
Like, come on.
Though their voice sounds off.
Reporting that page.
The account was overall anomalous and extremely off-putting. And though this content was visually alarming, another aspect made it even more so concerning, as over time, many of the images began to resemble CP, showcasing these fake AI children in explicit positions, with their faces sometimes even being photoshopped.
Exactly what I just said earlier, bro. Some weird shit. And Instagram, I feel like they be taking forever to like actually do their freaking job and moderate their platform. Like, you would think as big as IG and as much money IG to make, you would think they have a nice little freaking team to like quickly and swiftly get rid of this type of stuff. But I feel like they be dragging their legs and feet removing this type of stuff.
Onto scantily dressed adult bodies. One thing is blatantly obvious about the Truth Sticks account: the supposed child behind it is not real. Even in the more passable photos at the very beginning, there's evidence to suggest that these were likely AI as well. And based on the disturbed, borderline illegal content that this page featured, it seemed more than likely that whoever was behind this page was not an innocent mother concerned for the welfare of other
Shit looked like a freaking paralysis demon, bro. Like,
children, but instead a predatory individual themselves. And this wasn't their only account. The second page featured on the Reddit post belonged to a user named GirlChloe12 and bore striking similarities to Truth Sticks. The page was also supposedly run by a child and monitored by their parent. Bizarrely, they also posted frequently about the dangers of online predators, with the wording of these posts and the editing being essentially the exact same as Truth Sticks, just not as over the top. These two accounts even frequently interacted with each other, thus providing a substantial link on its own. But by far the most compelling link between these pages is one that is easy to miss at a glance, with that being a blatant obsession with high-heeled mini boots.
that's so weird.
These shoes were mentioned or shown in virtually every single post made by these two.
Like, this is like something that you would find if someone was on the freaking Epstein Island and they had freaking paintings and pictures of these inside that little building, bro. Like,
Users. At playtime, I'm sometimes running around with my really cool heeled footwear I wear with my uniform. After coming home from school, education isn't over for the day once the blue blazer, gray jersey, neat tie, white shirt, tailored close-fit gray trousers, and black heeled mini boots are in the wardrobe. No matter what they discussed, school uniforms and mini boots were always a talking point, which adds confirmation to something that is already becoming apparent. This is fetish content, not too unlike the bizarre accounts in the Pipergate rabbit hole. Fetish content centered around children. And what makes the Chloe account so disturbing is that AI was seemingly not used, and rather the images seem to be of actual children. Despite this disturbing distinction, these two accounts are cut from the same cloth, and all signs point to them being created by the same person. A person who, despite their constant warnings of the dangers of adults pretending to be children online, seems to be doing the exact same thing, as part of some sort of fetish, the extent of which we'll discuss later. But for now, one thing was for certain: these pages were not run by children, or their parents.
a grown-ass
So,
man.
who created them? Well, that brings us to our third and final account shown in that initial post.
Yeah, that's why you gotta freaking be careful about what you be posting. Cause you think you posting a nice little innocent joint, they grab it, they AI-fy it, distort, warp it into a whole weird image on a separate page you have no idea about.
Smartschoolboy9 was much the same as the other two accounts. They warned of online predators, obsessed over high-heeled mini boots and school uniforms, and posed as a child despite clearly not being one. But Smart Schoolboy was different in one key aspect. The person behind the account was pretending to be a child, but they were doing so in a much more apparent manner, as they didn't use AI or stolen images of other kids to form their identity, and instead, they used photos of themselves. In the images posted on the account, we see what appears to be a fully grown man, dressed in a schoolboy's uniform. His face is painted pure white and has bright red lipstick, and he is of course wearing high-heeled mini boots, characteristics that were all utilized across
Yeah, with the other accounts. Yeah, this is weird, bro. This is so weird.
the other accounts, only this time it was done on himself, as he poses as a child pretending to go to school, as well as pretending to go through other life events common.
I now have to wear a denim brace. Like this should have been sniped. Somebody come across this, see an obvious grown man dressing up like a little itty bitty boy with some high heel mini boots. Like, come on, bro. This joint scream fetish. Get this up out of her. I now have to wear a dental brace, but look how cool it is. And with my smart school uniform and heel mini boots.
for preteens. And the photos aren't even the most disturbing part, as the account consists primarily of videos.
Yeah, that's weird that you... Yeah, that's weird. Like, you trying to put the emphasis on boys in school? Like, bro, that is crazy. Like, I feel uncomfortable watching this bullshit. But, like, bro, walking up to the camera, highlighting boys in school on the box. Second clip talking about some school. This right here, like...
Let me know if you like school as well.
The videos are all incredibly off-putting. Some show him arriving home from school.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. School.
Others show him claiming to be on the bus heading toward school.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, I'm on the school bus.
And other videos showing him doing whatever this is.
Like, and the sad thing about this is, like, a kid could come across this, because it's easy, especially on the phone, the reels, you just scroll. And that's what a lot of them jits be doing, just scrolling, right? They run to this, oh, this is so funny, woo, woo. They end up following it, liking the post or whatever, and then that gives this freaking creep easier access to the jits. You know what I'm saying? They show them out. Oh, mom, look at this funny man that I seen on Instagram. And then that point, mom see that. Well, first of all, mom got to be more on the child to see what they doing. Second of all, they shouldn't be having the social media in the first place. But yeah, they try to show that to the mom. You know, that's the part where you got to, all right, what is my son/daughter looking at? You know what I'm saying? Block, delete the account, report this account.
With these strange sounds and the process of sticking his tongue out appearing to be part of his fetish.
With a banana? Like, come on, y'all.
As much like the other accounts, his content is overtly sexual, in its own bizarre way.
The build is crazy.
In fact, there's a video of him with his full outfit on, where he shows himself staring into a mirror as he appears to pleasure himself, right out of view of the camera, as he stares into his own eyes. This account is by far the most sickening part of this whole rabbit hole, and also the most important. Interspersed throughout his page are a few examples of what this individual's voice sounds like.
This is quite good.
Which just so happens to be the same voice heard in the very first clip shown on the Truth Sticks account.
A man pretending to be a boy.
Meaning that this full-grown adult man is the one behind this entire rabbit hole. He's the one on these accounts pretending to be a child and their mother, getting some sort of sick satisfaction from whatever this is. And the worst part is, these activities aren't just kept behind closed doors. As we can see on numerous occasions, videos of him walking around outside in a public space, with his full outfit and face paint on.
Yeah, somebody got to snipe him. That's crazy, bro. Like, it's bad enough he doing it in the house, but you in a public place, bro probably got access, can just easily walk into a park and doing this. Snipe him. Snipe him. Well, you sound like from the UK. They can get the little Royal Guard, get the I forgot the name of the gun. Shoot him.
That's me.
Been a good boy.
It's truly one of the strangest things that I've ever seen, and making sense of what this all is extremely difficult. But based on the information found,
he should be sniped for that build alone. He built like a, I can't even think of an anime character, but he one of them badly built anime characters.
From this first Reddit post, a few likely conclusions can be put forward. This man is clearly attracted to the idea of being a kid, and I think OP was correct when they speculated that this was some sort of age play thing, but it's also clearly much more than that too, as based on the images that he's created himself, he clearly has some sort of attraction.
Because some sort he do, he making separate accounts, trying to bring in other kids, of course, 1,000%. That's what he like. Age play, like, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest, bro. If you into age play, there's a very high chance you into kids. I ain't gonna lie. Like, it's just it's too close to each other. So I'm not the one to like knock fetishes. Never that. But age play, bro. And for what I know age play is, you basically you know what I'm saying? Pedo.
Action to other children as well, as he's quite literally created faux CP, the likes of which...
Because it's like, why are you getting sexual gratification of being a little kid, though? You know what I'm saying? Like, why does that turn you on? That's weird.
Is so disturbing that I can't even really describe it here either. He's creating fetish content, and he's using the likeness of children, and also some children that are clearly very real people, to do so. That much is obvious. But there was also the possibility that he was pretending to be a kid in order to exploit other children across the internet. At this point though, this was merely speculation, with much of the Smartschoolboy9 case remaining a mystery, and the rabbit hole was only getting deeper from here.
This is so uncomfortable.
Months after this rabbit hole was introduced to the online world, the story began to be shared all across the internet, most notably on the r/internet mysteries subreddit, where the case really took off. There, internet sleuths began uncovering just how vast this web of accounts actually was, as it wasn't just these 3 pages. No, there seemed to be over a dozen, and likely even more that we still haven't found, as he's created his own sort of community, his own little world, where across each page he pretends to be a child, with these accounts typically following each other and frequently interacting.
Wait, what? Like, this is crazy.
Page he pretends to be a child, with these accounts.
Thanks, cute boy, for coming as invited to my school for the short speech. Also, your height of 5'3" or 4 with heeled mini boots is a bonus. Yeah, this is obviously a freaking grown man typing this, bro. Like Julia said, her brother also get mistake for already being a year and 7, but more responsibility at school and lights because me respect. You get that from me.
Typically following each other and frequently interacting, seemingly to make these characters appear as though they have real friends. On one of these pages, 12 Stockwell Joanne, he poses as a 14-year-old girl, using more AI images to depict explicit positions of this manufactured child, which I obviously am not going to show here. Though much like his Chloe account, he also shows images of very real young girls. But this isn't the most concerning part of this account.
Mind you, the parents of these kids, the real ones, they probably don't even know. Like, they child getting exploited like this. People like these, you got to pull medieval torture. Like, kill them, yeah, but like you got to like slowly kill them, like drag out the pain and suffering. Like, and it feels so bold to do this and post it.
As on numerous occasions, he's shown images of children at a playground, which he may have taken himself. This fantasy of being a schoolgirl and taking part in these school-centric activities is something carried over throughout multiple of his accounts, with his most common alias being Stephanie, of which he has numerous different accounts featuring that same name.
Yeah, I'm Stephanie.
This Stephanie character claims to be a 12-year-old aspiring poet, with accounts all across the internet, many of which showcasing examples of her poetry, which carries on those same distinct sexual undertones. I race to complete my poems when I've got an early start. Heart racing, mixed rhythms,
like these are the type of
miracles,
photos
rice with rap,
that's in them Epstein files.
my Kennington, London syllables. Dancing though, I know my underwear might show if I lean forward.
What the fuck?
Good. Stephanie Stansfield, 12.
What?
But digging even deeper, her poetry has even seemingly been featured in various articles and even newspapers, showcasing that this rabbit hole extends far past just the online world. This act is clearly their obsession, and he's been doing this for years, with the earliest examples that I could find coming from all the way back in 2018. And this Stephanie character seems to be his go-to alias, embodying it in even the literal sense.
Got him. Alright.
As in one of his many pages dedicated to this Stephanie character, he dresses as her, wearing a wig and a dress, as he pretends to be a 12-year-old girl. Almost immediately after this case began gaining...
Ain't no pretending in the world that's gonna make anybody believe that you're a 12-year-old girl, bro. None. You're just a grown man doing this. Like, what do the neighbors think? Like, cause he out in public with it too. Like, they should be calling the police. Got to, because obviously this ain't no normal person. I'm sure the neighbors see him every single day out doing this bullshit, right? So obviously, if I was his neighbor, I'd be like, yo, something ain't. I'm seeing him dressing up as a schoolboy, dressing up as a schoolgirl with a lunchbox that says what school and what like boy. You know what I'm saying?
traction, the true magnitude of this rabbit hole was revealed. Across every single account are countless depraved posts and oddities that all could warrant discussion, but by far the most important discoveries were those that didn't actually occur on his own page, and rather the pages of other actual children. Do you like school? I do. It is good. You have some cool shirts, but I have to wear school uniforms to school. It is nice, but casual isn't allowed, and it's quite hot here in the UK, as the month of June suddenly got warmer. These are two examples out of many that show Smartschoolboy9 reaching out and attempting to befriend young children online. In one comment, he even warns a child about other comments from bad people, stating that, "It happens to most boys in our age group, but stay safe, stay cool, don't be dismayed by creeps."
The call is being, bruh, the call is inside the freaking room, bruh. Like, I don't know, this has been a year ago. And they've been doing this for a couple years. So hopefully, I'm not about to look it up and check. But hopefully these joints has been taken out. And the sad thing about it, like, even if his page got taken down and reported, there's still going to be other people around the world doing the same type of thing.
This is our best evidence that these accounts weren't just made for age play. No, he's actually posing as a child in order to make friends with other children. And given his overtly sexual interests and aversion to CP, it's not hard to gather why he was doing this. And these examples are only what we found so far. It's possible that there are dozens, or who knows, maybe even hundreds of other comments out there, hidden on unknown children's accounts. This is predatory behavior. The man behind Schoolboy9 is a predator. And in case there was still any doubt of whether or not this was a sexual thing, here's what he had to say about being a 13-year-old girl.
I can't sit still in class. Thighs jerking. Being 13 is really sexy, but being a good girl is too. Bro.
But how his tactics actually worked? Well, the frightening thing is, no one knows if he's actually been successful or not, or even what specifically he's looking for. We just know that he's trying to reach kids, as evidenced not only by his comments, but by the fact that he's solely following children on all of these pages. And though it's easy to look at these accounts and know that something is off, for children, it's not that simple, especially when there's pages showcasing photos of actual kids. Which brings up another frightening detail. Many of the images he's used of children have not been traced back to their original creator, and some seem to appear for the very first time online publicly on this man's pages, which might mean that he was sent them privately. There's even one image that David posted on his schoolboy account, which shows another kid that he claimed to be on a playdate with, though it's impossible to say if this is real or not. For now, we just don't know for sure. Though given the fact that he's reaching out to children, posting fetish content centered around children, and has even potentially photographed kids in the wild, one thing is for certain: Smartschoolboy9 needs to be stopped.
Yeah. Not even stopped, like more than stopped.
Finding this man and reporting him to law enforcement quickly became the top priority for those investigating the case. And luckily, he left several glaring clues behind that made this process a whole lot easier. On numerous occasions across his many pages, he would post images and videos of specific locations, even showing streets and mentioning very particular areas in his poems, all of which centered around the London area, immediately giving us an idea of where he was located. And that
Another
wasn't
L
all.
for the UK.
I mentioned how the alias of Stephanie was one that he used more so than any other, but what's interesting is that there was another name used just as often across his accounts, brought up time and time again, though it's a name that he never seemed to call any of his characters. Instead, he simply referred to this person as a stepbrother or a father, or even a friend from school, despite never actually picturing him, just mentioning his name, David. And sure enough, after connecting a few dots, it would be revealed that this person's actual name was in fact David Alter, with the man being 59 years old.
59? Man, somebody don't kill this senior citizen. What the fuck? Buddy pushing 60 doing this.
At the moment, it doesn't appear that David has any past criminal convictions or documented history of this behavior.
He could build like a badly built One Piece character. The frick?
But we do know that thanks to the investigation done on Reddit and Discord, he is currently being investigated by local authorities, which will hopefully put an end to his online behavior and shine some more light on who this person actually is. As for the time being, the only other information that we really know about David is that he likes to write poetry and he makes music.
Nope. I'm not even finna put this into my... It's 10 p.m. right now. Not even finna do it. Like, this is already creepy enough. I'm not listening to it.
Where he's discussing the importance of kids wearing school uniforms. And that's really all we have at the moment. Though there is one very important aspect that we have yet to talk about in relation.
Bullshit sound like I was about to get a spell pull on me. I'm all gravy. Hell no.
To this man, with that being David's mental state. Some believe that David is a mentally unwell individual who potentially doesn't know the extent of what they are doing.
Man, who is thinking that, bro? There's not one person that think that he's just mentally unwell and he just don't know. He is 60 years old. Come on, bro. Even people with Downs know what they be doing, bro. They know the certain stuff they be doing is wrong, bro. Stop it. Shout out to my Downs people, though.
Now, even if this is the case, his behavior still needs to be stopped, and he needs to be given proper help to assure that no one else gets hurt by his actions. But it is important to note that David is far more intelligent than he lets on, as his personal accounts show us that he is fairly well-spoken and articulate. And throughout his problematic content, most of his bad grammar and strange verbiage seems to be his attempts at more authentically trying to replicate a child. But it's impossible to know for sure. But what we do know is that David is extremely manipulative, with his response to the situation and other clues littered across his accounts showing us that he seems to know what he's doing, and he knows that it's wrong.
1000%.
Since the exposure of David's accounts, he hasn't silently slithered away like most other predators would. Instead, he's actually responded on more than a few occasions.
Yeah, 3 separate accounts used to come on your main account. Was saying you're a grown man, maybe looking for sex. You're literally so brain dead. I have one account, you tosser. Another L for the UK. What the frick does a tosser mean? That's not even a good insult. Brain dead, but in children's ads. Says the one that's making the creepy children content, the fetish content.
Lashing out to those who have DM'd him, calling them the perverts and predators.
You're wanking.
He even left a comment on his Joanne account seemingly directed at himself, writing, "You are really sad. And if that's your name, David, be honest with yourself. You're 50, as you said elsewhere. You reply to me, a girl, as if I'm your buddy? No chance ever." This is something David does all the time. It's projection, and it started all the way back at the beginning of this rabbit hole.
So, that's the account run by a man.
Definitely mentally ill though, for sure.
To be a boy.
And he continued posting these predator exposés, along with other warnings about predators on the internet across every page he made, each of which being hyper-specific to his own predatory ways and fetishes. The things he accuses others of are blatant projections of his own dark vices. And I can think of 2 reasons why. Number 1, that this makes his account look safer to other parents and children. It gives the appearance that he's not another internet creep because he's actively calling them out. It's a way.
Even then, Like the other type of content, even if that was the case, the other type of content that he posting is weird stuff like this. Not on his main account, but like the little side separate account, stuff like this. As a parent, something gonna click like Harlan. Something ain't, the vibes ain't right. No normal child, regular little kid, no super jet is posting stuff like this, bro. And then we look at his videos, dressing up as a kid. I'm gonna think like there's something up with him. Like he trying to, especially on Instagram, on social media, he trying to lure some kids in.
To build trust in order to befriend and exploit kids. And number 2, he knows what he's doing is wrong, and this is his bizarre way of self-reporting, probably to make himself feel better about what he's doing. And it's obvious based on just how accurate these claims against others are to him. Does he wish he were a young boy in a school classroom, looking nice and being successful at school? Yes. And these claims are made over and over again, as each time he calls someone out, he's further exposing himself, which becomes more concerning when you realize that these projections seemingly aren't strictly pedophilic. Within those eerily familiar expose posts he made on TruthSticks11, he mentions how this user not only—
Hey, bud. Were you recording? Yeah. My bad. That's all good, bud. Yeah, no, that's weird. Learn what the fictitious name used by the man pretending to be a boy implies.
Only wanted to exploit children online, but they wanted to kill them as well. As he mentioned online,
wait.
TruthSticks11, he mentions how this user not only wanted to exploit children online, but they wanted to kill them as well.
What the hell? Crunchy man, pills all cold, cannibalism. That's another thing about these weirdos. They be freaking doing like code, like cheese pizza. They do like I forgot it was a list what the FBI CIA had of like the code words predators be using. That's the only one I can think of right now. And they have like different logos and stuff. Weird activity. But then like you not only trying to groom kids, you trying to kill kids too. You trying to eat kids. Come on, y'all. Drinking blood taste, like, come on, y'all.
As he mentions that this user has a clear interest in cannibalizing kids, and even performing ritualistic sacrifices on them. And based on how accurate all of the other exposures are to himself, I have no reason to believe that this isn't part of his MO as well, as crazy as that may sound. This also seems to coincide with some—
And that's literally what I said earlier. This literally looked like something that would be in the little Epstein Island, the files, bro. Because that's what the weirdos was doing. Messing with kids, trying to eat kids, drink kids' blood. Like that's what they do. And he one of those weird MFers. So yeah, you gotta get him off the planet. He made like Thanos snap these.
Some of the content he's posted that I can't show you, as some of these photos show children edited in contorted positions, including some where he's added what appears to be rope to give the illusion that they're tied up. And what makes this even more disturbing is that on his accounts, he's posted numerous photos in the vicinity of schools, on nearby secluded trails, and even some where he discusses what time school starts and ends, saying that he likes to be awake and ready for it. There's even photos that show other children outside from a distance, almost as if David was stalking them. This is highly concerning. Even if we don't know truly how low this man's perversions get, he is still far too close to children.
No, we definitely know. We definitely know. Doing age play, you dressing up like this, you talking about cannibalism, rituals, like, bro, there is no limit for this schoolboy guy.
Which is perfectly encapsulated by this photo of him on a school playground during the day. And with his disturbing desires, I don't even want to imagine what he's capable of.
Like he out, as he say, in the wild. He out in public, in the area where kids frequent, a playground. And we seen his build, a crazy looking man, crazy old looking man, dressed and looking like this. Parents didn't run him off the freaking block. Like, what? Because, usually mind my business. But if I see somebody in a park where kids be at. And I see somebody like this coming in. Your business is not my business. What are you doing here? Why are you dressing up as a 12-year-old schoolboy? We got questions with 2 lunch boxes, by the way. Got to answer these questions. Got to.
And with his disturbing desires, I don't even want to imagine what he's capable of. Which brings us to the final piece of content that I need to talk about. Chasing another boy running in heeled mini boots. This was the text shown on screen during a short video posted onto one of David's many accounts. And in the video, we see the man pointing the camera at himself, showing his full face of white makeup and red lipstick. This video is edited more egregiously than any others I've seen across his page, with multiple explicit images and huge emojis covering the majority of the screen. Though just barely enough of the footage can be seen that shows David as he turns the camera around, revealing a young boy. Who he then proceeds to chase after, giggling all the while.
You adding in like the little, that's, man, that is like, bro, that joint made me uncomfortable as a grown man. Like, what the frick?
Whether this was an edited video or a real occurrence, we don't currently know.
Was anybody outside?
David's doings are a mystery that will take some time to unravel, and my hope is that law enforcement will be able to follow through and help shed some more light on this individual, and finally put an end to his twisted behavior.
It gotta be quick, like, bro, if they run into his accounts, his side accounts, run into this schoolboy account, see that video if it's still up, bruh, there's no second thought if he's guilty. We see the evidence plain as day. We're not even part of no prosecution. You know what I'm saying? We're not the juror. He guilty. Guilty. Plain as day.
But at this point, only one thing is for sure. The story of Smartschoolboy9 is far from over.
But yeah, it's been a year, so hopefully he already got. Holy guacamole. Hey, Smart Schoolboy number 9. This was crazy. This is definitely wait. An entire year has passed and this bum hasn't been arrested. What? We've been doing this since the 90s. Yo. Like, even if it wasn't a real kid, right? Say it was AI, Sora AI. The fact that you even posted something like that is crazy. Pedo stuff. You're into cannibalism, eating kids, ritual kids, like sex ritual kids. That's crazy. Mind you, just the video, because obviously it's YouTube, you can't post nothing super crazy. Just watching the video itself was already made me mad uncomfortable. I could only imagine this page like 50 times worse. And that's why I think it's important. Like, if you have a jit, right? You got a kid. Not saying you can't create moments with your child, right? But you gotta be careful and mindful, because there are weird people like Smart Schoolboy number 9 that could take that, rip it, especially right now with the AI, deep fake, do some weird stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? Put them in weird positions, like face swap. Yeah, so, and if you're under 15, you shouldn't have no social media. I ain't gonna lie to you. If you're under 15, nah. Especially not on no goddamn IG. But, hope y'all enjoy. Hope y'all have a great rest of y'all day, all right? Made the mistake of watching this at night, but it's okay before I go to sleep, but it's okay though. I'm out.